President Muhammadu Buhari solicits enduring security partnership in combating cross-border terrorism among ECOWAS countries. Minister of Transportation tax contractors handling Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge track on timely delivery of projects. The state governor promises commitment to mission to take the state hikes. Good evening. You're welcome to Channel 12 News. My name is Nta Abeokuta. President Muhammadu Buhari has made a strong case for an enduring security partnership towards confronting and defeating the evil of cross-border terrorism in the ECOWAS sub-region. Addressing the 56th ordinary session of the heads of state and government of the sub-region, the president was emphatic that this is urgently needed as terrorism remains a major threat to the desired peace and progress. The State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
May we all now please rise to observe a minute silence.
At the instance of President Muhammadu Buhari, the ECOWAS Leaders Summit commenced with a moment of silence in honor of the 73 Nigerian soldiers brutally massacred in yet another terrorist attack. The sub-region, without doubt, has been hard hit by such attacks, which are intensified with every passing day, undermining efforts at achieving peace, progress, and development.
In the Sahel region, Boko Haram has shown resilience. Our region is strongly affected by terrorist attacks, which is gaining in intensity and in space.
We remain committed to working under new leadership to make the community a region of peace, security, and prosperity.
The ECOWAS leaders therefore considered a special report on the action plan for regional security and its financing mechanism, the single currency program, as well as the political situation and presidential election in Guinea-Bissau.
Let me now restate Nigeria's commitment to regional integration and stress the need to always channel our energy to new strategies and initiatives which will accelerate the attainment of our regional aspirations for sustainable peace, security, stability, and inclusive economic growth. To achieve this, we must put our people at the heart of our policies and actions.
In a double message, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres noted with admiration the West African leaders' commitment to peace, stability, democracy, and development.
The United Nations is cognizant of ECOWAS as a true embodiment of multilateralism in West Africa, a shining example in Africa and beyond. UN is therefore committed to enhance our engagement with ECOWAS towards improving governance, including in the security sector.
I applaud you, heads of states and governments, for your leadership to mobilize $1 billion to ensure the region's security. The African Development Bank will be ready to help ECOWAS on this fund. I am also discussing with the IMF Managing Director how we can come up with new financing instruments to address these exogenous security-related shocks.
A communique is expected at the end of the summit aimed at advancing sub-regional integration as well as promoting socio-economic development. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
The National Action Committee for the Implementation of African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement has been charged to ensure that existing gaps, loopholes, and threats that might be injurious to the nation's economy are effectively addressed. President Muhammadu Buhari, who gave the charge while inaugurating the committee, maintains that Nigeria's approach to the agreement remains very measured and consistent. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo again reports.
The benefits and understand the challenges.
President Muhammadu Buhari is of the firm belief that for Nigeria to fully benefit from the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, an implementation program must be in place that reflects national trade objectives and development plans. He said although this trade with free movement of people and capital will result in faster integration of African economies, Nigeria, as the continent's largest economy, cannot afford to get it wrong.
For us as a government, our expectation from this agreement is job creation for our youth, increased production of our local raw materials, and ultimately exporting quality made in Africa goods. We must ensure that Nigeria's future remains that such integration must be rules-based, with built-in safeguards against injurious practices.
The president therefore directed all key ministers and senior government officials to give maximum support to the committee so that the benefits of the agreement can be realized and measures put in place towards addressing threats that may arise.
This therefore requires aligning, restructuring existing development projects, programs, and initiatives. We are to submit quarterly reports on their progress, and I look forward to receiving your first report in March 2020.
The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Nta Abeokuta, said the committee, under his chairmanship, is to undertake a wide range of actions to prepare Nigerian businesses for trade under the AfCFTA regime.
The mandate of the National Action Committee includes championing programs to resolve the critical continental level challenges such as smuggling and abuse of rules of origin, production capacity constraints, as well as border and trade rules enforcement.
The committee is also to ensure the conclusion of the ongoing trade reform programs at ECOWAS, including the adoption of a common trade policy, resolving issues in the trade liberalization scheme, as well as establishment of an ECOWAS peer review, as well as audit mechanism. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA.
Our story is a story from transportation sector. The quest to establish a connectivity between the Lagos seaport and the dry port in Ibadan is progressing as the contractor handling the project has finally laid the standard gauge track to the major train station in Ibadan. The Minister of Transportation, Nta Abeokuta, commended the pace of work but challenged the contractor on delivering the train station along the axis on time. Michael Olaleye reports.
The timely completion of the Lagos-Ibadan Rail project is crucial to the federal government's plan to unlock the huge economic potential at the Apapa Trade Corridor in Lagos State. To guard against any delay, the Minister of Transportation, Nta Abeokuta, has deployed regular inspection of the ongoing project to quickly link the Lagos seaport to the dry port in Ibadan. Before now, it is about 3 kilometers from where the standard gauge stopped to the train station in Ibadan, which is just opposite the dry seaports.
This is the first time they are taking a ride to Ibadan major station. So, shouldn't you commend them that they have been able to get to the end of the 156 kilometers?
The pace of work on the track is not being replicated at the train stations owing to challenges ranging from limited manpower to inadequate construction materials.
One of the benefits of this inspection is what is happening here now. Now, the contractor has been seen to be doing very poor quality job in this station. They say stop. You have to start afresh. The implication is that if we didn't stop here now, like we didn't stop at Olodo, we know what they are doing.
We are expecting in January a set of DMU coaches made up of 8 of various classes of coaches, the executive, the VIP, and the normal standard coaches, 8 of them. And we are expecting another set of 32 different coaches.
The agreement among all parties signatory to the contract is that necessary steps must be taken to ensure completion by April 2020. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NT News.
Following the Supreme Court's confirmation of his election victory last Wednesday, Ogun State Governor Prince Nta Abeokuta has promised to remain focused and committed to his mission to take governance in the state to an enviable height. The governor stated this while addressing members of his party and cabinet members who gave him a surprise welcome. Lukman Adefeso's report is presented in this package.
It was a rousing reception for the governor. Prince Nta Abeokuta won members of his cabinet, party loyalists, and other supporters celebrated his victory as the Supreme Court affirmed his election.
It has further strengthened and given us more confidence in our judicial system. I think we must have gone through about 11 or 12 different court cases. And we got judgment in every one of them. So consistently, the judiciary was upright.
Having surmounted some litigations challenging his mandate, Governor Abeokuta appreciated God, members of APC, and other political parties that supported him and the entire people of Ogun State. He promised more robust and all-round development across the state. He also reacted to the controversies surrounding the appointment made so far in the state.
I'm aware that some of the recent appointments that we made have not gone down well with some people. The truth is that we're not able to appoint everybody, but everyone will play a role in the building a future together agenda. So just be patient.
He canvassed for more support towards building the future together agenda.
Nigerians, irrespective of religious, political, or ethnic affiliations, have been challenged to live together in peace and harmony in the interest of the country. This came to the fore at the 5th Biennial General Conference of Nasarullahi Al-Fatih Society, NASFAT, 3rd April 2019, held in Abeokuta. Akin Junior's report is presented in this package.
The importance of peaceful coexistence and harmonious relationship among Nigerians to national development cannot be overemphasized. Despite the fact that Nigeria is a multi-religious, multi-ethnic, and multilingual society, and as well operates multi-party system, stakeholders advocate the need to promote unity in diversity. It is in this regard that members of Nasarullahi Al-Fatih Society of Nigeria, NASFAT, converged on Abeokuta, the state capital, to brainstorm on how to further enhance peaceful coexistence among the people. For some of the guest speakers, the conference is coming at the right time.
Islam and Christianity. And both of them teach the upliftment of God through the faith and the good of humanity.
His Excellency was very keen to maintain the already peaceful coexistence we have in this state. Alhamdulillah, this is not one of the states where we have interreligious strife.
The northern preference of this just and the international ones. Indians like secular values, farmers like tribal values, commoners like terrorism, religious wars.
Others, including the Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Sahad Abubakar, who was represented, called on the people to shun all forms of violence against one another, urging Muslims to practice Islam in accordance with its tenets.
Islam itself is us in this dilemma of liberty country, as is evident by many religious conflicts and violence involving different Muslim groups in Nigeria over the years. The Muslim majority, we have to wake up to regain the truth and morality of our religion from the bigotry minority who are most representing the teachings of Islam with regard to peace and security in Nigeria. If you leave your everything you are supposed to worship Allah as a living, take care of your family, do everything that you have to do as a living person. You are now entitled to go back. But why do you do that? Don't stop all that, all go wrong.
The theme of the 5th Vienna Conference was Peaceful Coexistence, Panacea for Unity, Growth and Development.
Salvation, love, and peace expressed in the birth of Jesus Christ as gift from God to mankind was the message at the 2019 9 Lessons and Carol of the Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Nta Abeokuta. Muhammad Adebowale reports that Reverend Samson Onodeko of the Four Square Gospel Church admonished Christians to make the significance of Christmas their guiding principle.
9 powerful scriptural messages on the birth of Jesus Christ, read by selected personalities, highlighted the event, also sparked up renditions by choirs from various denominations.
It was the life, and the life was the life of men.
Especially the leader chorus and special renditions provided uplifting moments for the congregation. Reading from the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 10, Reverend Samson Onodeko, in a sermon titled The Good Tidings of Great Joy, admonished the congregation to ensure that the reasons for the birth of Jesus Christ reflect in their lives. Preacher noted that it was important for believers to at all times exhibit sacrificial love to fellow humans as exemplified by God through his gift of only begotten Son to save mankind. Provost and Medical Director of the hospital, Dr. Timothy Adebowale in his message said Neuropsychiatric Hospital was not only meant for medical care, but also committed to spiritual edification of people.
Everybody must now live to show the love of God to fellow human beings. And that means when we show the love of God to fellow human beings, it means that we are not doing anything that will be detrimental to the life of others.
The theme for this year's carol service was Good Tidings of Great Joy. In Abeokuta, Muhammad Adebowale, NT News.
Now sports. Soccer lovers have reviewed the performance of the various national football teams in 2019 with a call on Nigeria Football Federation to make developmental football a priority to take the game to a greater height. Akin Jimo's report is presented in this package.
Just on average, looking at the national team, because we failed in the grassroots in terms of developmental football, talking about the under 17, under 20, under the 23, it shows that something is wrong with our football. Something is wrong in terms of developing our football, like FIFA have been preaching, that when a third course syndrome is not for the age grades, it is about developmental football. So what we just need to do, the year has not been too rosy for us. We have so many kind of unpalatable results that it is sought to Nigerians, football-loving Nigerians to bear. But we just have to move on.
There are several steps to be taken. One, we have to dwell less on politics. We have to face the game squarely. We've got to start our organization early enough. Pay our coaches as of when due. Imagine the national team coach talking to the press that wasn't paid. Is that part of the agreement? Is that part of the contract we signed? So I think we're going to put the right team in the right position. Let those who understand the rhythm of the game run it, not businessmen. Now, I'm sick and tired of seeing Nigerian ex-international being part of decision makers. So when you look at other African countries doing well and you see their ex-players galvanizing the ambition of the game. I keep saying can't carry the of politics or political parties in Nigeria. We begin to wonder what happens at the end of the day. So I think it is high time we started putting the right people in the right positions.
In Nigerian sport as a whole, you all agree with me that it is only football that Nigeria has always been doing well. And if we are losing our grip on the number one sport that we have always been doing well, then why will we say we have performed better? It shows that a review has to be done.
And that concludes Channel 12 News for tonight. Lekon Abunde is my name. Good night.